Good afternoon, Bob Dalton coming to you from Allendale's trading floor here in McHenry, Illinois. It is Wednesday, July 27th, 2011. Interesting day here today. The grain markets right before the close of the overnight session pulled back pretty good. We watched the dollar strengthen up as we got closer to the open outcry session get going here, and crude oil weaken up. As well as the livestock pull on back. Once the pits opened up, we saw continued selling. We made some new lows in the corn and the soybeans specifically, and shortly thereafter we saw some support start to build back up into both markets. By the time it was all said and done, we were higher in the corn and the wheat today. Soybeans were lower on the day. We did see significant spreading going on. The new crop, old crop corn spread came back to even money. And did trade there today. We saw the wheat corn spread in September widen out to over 20 cents. It was trading at even yesterday. So there was some significant amount of spreading going on here today. Even with the stronger dollar, we saw rallies in both the corn and the wheat. Beans off of their lows into the close, but they were unable to gain on the day. We did finish lower. No new crop soybeans down 8 1/4 at the close. 13.80 1/2 is where they settled up. December corn up 4 3/4 at 6.91 1/2, and wheat in Chicago December up 10 3/4 at 7.45 1/4. Now we're looking for some resistance in that wheat up above 7.50. If we can take that out, we could see significant upside in the wheat. Fundamentally, right now we are losing sales to the Black Sea region, specifically Russia. They're selling wheat for $30 a ton cheaper than we are right now. So we are losing some global demand in the U.S. wheat because of this influx of Russian wheat hitting the market at lower prices. There's also talk that Japan may be buying less corn from us than they have in the last quarter century because of the livestock issues they have out there right now. There's contaminated cattle out there. They found some contaminated beef products, and they're not going to have the livestock to feed, so the demand for the corn is going to be pulling back from Japan. What's China going to do about all this? Well, we're going to have to wait and see. They have not been overly active, if active at all, in the U.S. grain markets lately. Nothing really to speak of. So time will tell. Weather here in the Midwest is getting better or more conducive to corn production. We got some good rain here in northern Illinois today. We're expecting additional rain later on tonight as well as into tomorrow. The weather forecasts are getting somewhat bearish now, turning away from the bullish sentiment we were looking at last week and the week before. The ridge has pretty much been eliminated from the long-term forecast, which could actually be looked at as bearish for soybeans as we get into that ever so delicate time period of the month of August where we need rain to make the bean crop. We may very well be getting it looking out into the longer-term forecasts as far as rain is concerned across the Corn Belt. So keep that in mind as well. Like I said earlier, the dollar was rallying today. Why? It's not because anything's happened in the government with the debt ceiling issue that we have right now. It just looks like there may be a little added confidence this morning that they are in fact going to be able to come to a resolution prior to the day of default. So we had the dollar up 63 3/4 at 74.26 1/2 at the time of this recording, and crude oil right now down 210 at 97.48. Some good technical support down there around 97 1/4. Over to the livestock markets, we saw cattle markets pull back here today. We had cattle trade yesterday, 107 out in Kansas, about 25,000 head. The offers this morning were 110 to 111. I did not hear any cash trade this morning. We do right now have a significant premium to the cash market being represented on the futures board. August cattle today down 62 1/2 at 111.07 1/2. We had feeder cattle down 72 1/2 today in August, 135.37 1/2. Hogs today gaining a little bit. We're up 145 at 101.92 1/2 at the close. That's the August hog contract. And that's going to about do it for us here today. We have some reports coming out tomorrow morning. One of them specifically I'm going to be watching is the EIA gas storage report. The natural gas market loves reacting to this report. Last week was the first, what would you call it? I won't say bullish report, but the number was a little bit lower than we were expecting as far as storage was concerned, and they actually pulled the market back. So over the last couple of weeks, we've received bearish reports where a quick pullback has been supported and that market has run up. Last week we got a somewhat friendly number. It bounced, made some highs, and boom, finished the day lower. So keep an eye on that nat gas. That seems to be pretty exciting on Thursday mornings around 9:30 a.m. If you have any questions on how to trade that market, or if you would like advice on marketing going forward for your grains, feel free to give us a call. The phone number here is 800-262-7538, or you can visit us on the web at www.allendale-inc.com. Thanks for tuning in again today. My name is Bob Dalton. We'll talk to you again very soon.